Welcome to Beyond the Front Door. Your inside look at extraordinary homes, unforgettable interiors, and the ideas that are changing the way we live. The open plan promised freedom. What it actually delivered, for a lot of people, was noise, visual clutter, and the constant feeling that every part of your home was visible from every other part all at once. The dirty dishes from the kitchen visible from the sofa, the TV audible from the dining table, the home office bleeding into the living room. No separation, no sanctuary, no room that was actually just one thing. But here's the thing. The answer is not putting the walls back. The answer is something more interesting, more beautiful, and more architecturally extraordinary than any wall ever was. The room divider. And in 2026, the room divider has gone through a complete design revolution. From the folding screen you hide in a corner when guests arrive, to one of the most extraordinary architectural features in some of the most beautiful homes in the world. Wood slat panels that glow with warm light through their gaps. Steel and glass grid systems that define zones while keeping light flowing everywhere. Rotating oak partitions that transform the layout of a room in 30 seconds. Bookcase dividers that store a library on one side and display art on the other. Living plant walls that literally grow between your living room and dining room. Today I am walking you through every single one of the most beautiful living room divider trends of 2026. Stay until the very end, because the final divider trend is the most unexpected and most affordable on this list. And it might be the most beautiful thing you put in your home all year. Before we go into the first divider, if extraordinary interiors, creative space solutions, and the design trends that are genuinely reshaping how we live in 2026 are your kind of content, subscribe right now and hit that bell. New videos every single week, and this channel is the most beautiful design resource your home has ever had. Let's go. Before we go divider by divider, let us understand why this particular trend is landing so powerfully right now, because the context makes every example hit harder. Room dividers have found new relevance in modern homes, offering endless design possibilities. The sudden rise in interest towards room dividers didn't necessarily come out of the blue. The prevalence of open-concept homes seems to be a driving force. Some designers are noticing there are more homeowners gravitating towards the privacy of closed-concept layouts than there were in recent years. As many wonder if open-closed floor plans are going out of style, it's opening the door for more defined layouts. This is where the statement room divider trend steps in. Open plans promise freedom. What they often delivered was noise, visual clutter, and undefined function. Removing walls solved one problem, but exposed another. Homes need separation without darkness and privacy without isolation. Glass partitions have become the structural answer, but they are far from the only one. Room divider panels are a fashionable way to provide a half-room division, delineate spaces in an open-plan living room, or provide privacy in a home office without the permanence of walls. Moving into 2026, the trends are moving toward natural fabrics, earthy colors, and practical items that serve as a combination of functionality and beauty. Functionality and beauty. That combination is the design brief for every divider on this list. Not just a screen to hide something, not just a barrier for privacy. A beautiful, considered architectural element that makes the room more extraordinary on both sides of it. Let us meet them. The concept of 2026 interior design revolves around wood slat designs, giving emphasis on ease, sustainability, and stylishness. Wood slat room divider panels are the most popular brand of room divider. Modern, minimalistic, and easy to install. Having focused on modern wood slat designs, these could be considered the most in-demand room divider of 2026. The wood slat panel divider is the single most photographed, most saved, and most installed living room divider in 2026. And for good reason. Vertical timber strips, spaced evenly with gaps between them, create a surface that is simultaneously solid and permeable. Solid enough to define a zone clearly. Permeable enough to allow light, air, and conversation to pass between zones without interruption. The slats create shadow lines that change character completely between morning and evening as natural light moves through them from different angles. Wooden slat designs are among the most requested luxury room divider ideas for 2026, featuring the latest stylish room dividers alongside glass partitions and marble dividers in modern interior concepts. The wood slat divider works in every configuration, floor to ceiling, creating a full-height partition that reads as architecture. Half-height, creating a visual boundary that sits at counter height and preserves the open sight line above it. Freestanding, on a base that allows repositioning without any wall fixings. Or wall-mounted, anchored top and bottom for a completely clean, permanent installation. The rotating wood slat room divider floor base makes the installation easier and more cohesive. A white oak pony wall wood slat room divider can rotate 360 degrees, giving a room an entirely different configuration in seconds. The rotating version is the most extraordinary execution of this concept. A floor-mounted pivot base allowing the entire slat panel to rotate to any angle, completely reconfiguring the room's layout without moving a single piece of furniture. For a home that functions differently on different days, family gathering versus home office versus intimate dinner, the rotating slat divider is the most versatile single architectural element available at any price point. Steel grids, timber frames, curved panels, and frameless systems divide space while preserving light and sight lines. Open plans promise freedom. Glass partitions have become the structural answer. Homes need separation without darkness and privacy without isolation. The steel and glass grid partition is the most architecturally dramatic divider available in 2026. And in the right interior, it transforms the entire character of the space it inhabits. A grid of black powder-coated steel frames holding large glass panes, running floor to ceiling, edge to edge, creates a barrier that is completely transparent while being unmistakably structural. You see through it. Light passes through it, but the room is unambiguously divided. Cooking odors destroy the living room experience. Engineering absolute containment by installing a rigorous glass grid between the kitchen and lounge is one of the most sophisticated solutions in open-plan homes. Sunrooms leak massive thermal energy into the main house. Formidable glass partition walls featuring towering steel doors with massive rectangular panes flood the interior with brilliant sunshine while enforcing strict environmental boundaries. The steel and glass grid works hardest in homes that have architectural character already. Exposed brick, raw timber beams, concrete floors, where the industrial steel framing reads as a continuation of the existing material language rather than an imposition on it. Against warm brick, the black steel grid looks like it was always meant to be there. Against white plasterboard, it reads as deliberately modern and deliberately dramatic. The frosted or reeded glass version, where the glass panels have a translucent rather than transparent finish, creates the most beautiful light quality of any divider on this list. Morning light passes through frosted glass in a diffused, glowing way that transforms whatever is behind the partition into something that looks like it is lit from within. The effect is extraordinary, and it provides genuine visual privacy without any loss of the light quality that makes glass the most desirable divider material. The bookcase divider is the oldest concept on this list, and in 2026, it is being executed in ways that make it feel completely new. Introducing a room divider can help to define a specific zone in your space, making it feel cozy and purposeful. There are plenty of innovative room dividers to break up space, from antique designs for that nostalgic aesthetic to custom structural styles that elevate homes with an artistic appeal. Focus on creating a balance between flair and function. The floor-to-ceiling bookcase divider is a partition that does something no other divider can. It adds storage, display, and personality on both sides simultaneously. From the living room side, a beautifully styled library, books, ceramics, plants, and personal objects. From the dining room or office side, the same wall, perhaps with closed storage at the lower levels and open display above. The 2026 version of the bookcase divider has evolved past the simple shelving unit. The most beautiful examples are custom built-ins, designed specifically for the space they inhabit, with the same depth on both sides, the same material running continuously across every shelf and panel, and integrated LED lighting that illuminates the shelving display from within. When lit at night, a bookcase divider glows. The objects on its shelves become displayed like a museum. Warm light catching ceramic surfaces and book spines and plant leaves. The division between the two rooms is marked not by a wall, but by a gallery. The accessible version. Two identical freestanding bookshelves positioned back to back, their spines touching, creating a double-sided display divider that costs under $400 in flat-pack furniture and looks, with the right styling, like a custom installation. Same principle, fraction of the cost. Moving into 2026, trends are moving toward natural fabrics, earthy colors, and practical items that serve as a combination of functionality and beauty. The concept of 2026 interior design revolves around natural, sustainable dividers that connect the interior to nature. The living plant wall divider is the most extraordinary and most organic room divider available in 2026. A vertical frame, in timber, steel, or a combination, filled with growing plants. Ferns, trailing vines, small leaf creeping botanicals. The plants grow through and over the frame, creating a living, breathing, changing partition that is never exactly the same twice. The living plant wall divider does something no other divider can. It improves the air quality on both sides of it simultaneously. Plants filter air pollutants, regulate humidity, and, according to biophilic design research, measurably reduce cortisol levels and improve mood in the people near them. A room divider that makes both rooms it separates healthier to be in is, genuinely, the most luxurious partition available. The accessible version, a freestanding timber frame with built-in planters at multiple levels, filled with trailing pothos, heartleaf philodendron, and hanging string of pearls, creates the living wall effect for under $300 in materials. The plants do the rest. Over months, the vines trail through the frame structure, the leaves fill the gaps, and the divider becomes genuinely extraordinary. Denser, greener, more alive than anything its initial installation suggested. CNC cutting design for partition wall, metal screen room divider, luxury room divider ideas. These are among the most searched and most safe partition wall concepts for 2026 home interiors. The CNC Laser-Cut Metal Screen is the room divider as pure sculpture. A single panel, or a series of panels, cut from sheet metal or sheet timber using a computer-controlled laser, producing a pattern of geometric or organic cutouts that creates something beautiful enough to hang in a gallery. The pattern varies from simple geometric repeats to intricate botanical motifs to abstract flowing forms that look like frozen water or unfurling leaves. The light quality created by a CNC cut panel is extraordinary. Natural light from the window passes through the cutouts and projects the pattern onto the floor and opposite wall as moving shadows that shift throughout the day. In the evening, the panel is backlit by warm ambient lighting, and the cutouts glow, transforming the partition into something that looks more like a piece of installation art than a functional room divider. Luxury room dividers, metal screen room dividers, are among the most requested and most photographed partition concept for luxury interiors in 2026. Custom CNC panels in powder-coated steel run $400 to $1,500, depending on size and pattern complexity. Timber versions, in a warm walnut or smoked oak finish, run $200 to $800. Both are available from specialist makers who produce to custom dimensions and custom patterns. The result in any room is a functional partition that is simultaneously the most extraordinary piece of art in the space. The curtain divider is the most underestimated room divider available, and in 2026, in the hands of designers who understand how to use it, it creates some of the most beautiful, most evocative room divisions in any home. There are plenty of innovative room dividers to break up your space. Focus on creating a balance between flair and function. The room divider trend is worth getting excited about. With the wrong approach, room dividers can end up looking like a lazy cover-up rather than an intentional style choice. The curtain divider done right is not a curtain strung across a room as an afterthought. It is a floor-to-ceiling, ceiling-mounted track in a color and material chosen with absolute intention, and it is used to create the most flexible room division available, because unlike any structural partition, a curtain can be drawn completely open or completely closed depending on what the moment requires. The materials that read as most luxurious in 2026 curtain dividers: heavyweight linen in a warm oat or dusty sage that pools generously on the floor, velvet in a deep jewel tone, plum, forest green, or midnight navy, that transforms the room into a jewel box the moment it is drawn. Sheer cotton voile in an undyed natural tone that allows filtered light to pass through while creating a soft visual boundary between zones. A ceiling-mounted curtain track runs $40 to $100 for a standard room width. 2 to 3 panels of quality heavyweight linen run $80 to $200. Total investment: $120 to $300 for a divider that is simultaneously the softest, the most flexible, and the most dramatically beautiful in any room it inhabits. Fully open, the room is one. Fully closed, two separate worlds. The transformation takes 3 seconds. Mid-century lighted tension pole room dividing planter. Hand-carved teak wood, bamboo, and rattan. Whatever type catches your fancy, room dividers define spaces and create space. They come in a variety of panels with no shortage of patterns and materials. The rattan and cane screen is the room divider that brings the most warmth, the most tactile character, and the strongest connection to the natural materials dominating 2026 interior design. And it does all of this at the most accessible price point of any divider on this list. Woven cane panels, in a natural honey tone or stained in a warm walnut, create a surface that is simultaneously transparent and textured. The weave pattern allows light to filter through in a warm, dappled way that no glass partition can replicate. The organic irregularity of the cane weave, no two sections exactly the same, creates visual richness that machine-produced surfaces cannot achieve. The freestanding rattan screen, 4 panels, folded concertina style, runs $80 to $250 and requires no installation, no fixings, and no commitment. It can be repositioned in 60 seconds, folded flat against a wall when not in use, or angled to create a curved partition that has more grace and more architectural interest than any flat panel. In a living room with warm wood tones, natural linen, and earthy color, the rattan screen belongs there completely. It is the divider that feels like it has always been part of the room. TV Unit Partition design, multifunctional partition wall. These are among the most searched room divider concepts for 2026, combining the function of a media unit with the architecture of a partition wall. The TV Unit Partition is the room divider that earns its place on both sides of itself simultaneously. On the living room side, a full architectural media wall, TV integrated into the composition, flanked by display shelving, grounded by a floating console. On the dining or hallway side, a clean, unbroken face, in the same timber or lacquered finish as the rest of the room, that reads as a wall rather than storage. The genius of this configuration is what it does to the layout. In an open-plan home, where the living room and dining room share one space, the TV Unit Partition positions the television so that it is visible from the sofa, but completely invisible from the dining table. The living zone has its focal point. The dining zone has its separation from that focal point. Both zones are more functional and more beautiful because of one piece of furniture that does the work of two. The accessible version, 2 back-to-back IKEA Kallax shelf units, one facing the living room styled as an open display, one facing the dining room styled with closed basket inserts, sitting at counter height and creating a physical and visual boundary between the two zones for under $500 total. The top surface of the combined unit becomes a room-dividing console, a place for plants, art, and objects that mark the transition between the two spaces. Marble dividers and luxury partition walls feature among the most aspirational modern living room partition wall designs for 2026. Glass partitions and marble dividers represent the luxury end of room division, creating spaces that are as much about material expression as spatial function. The marble or stone panel divider is the most expensive and most architecturally permanent option on this list. And for the homes where budget allows, it is also the most extraordinary. A series of large-format marble or travertine panels, floor to ceiling, edge to edge, creating a solid partition between living zones. No glass, no gaps, a wall that is made from something so beautiful that the room does not feel divided, it feels upgraded. The travertine version, warm, slightly porous, filled with the natural void patterns that distinguish genuine stone, is the most popular stone divider material in 2026. Its earthy, warm tone connects naturally to the Mediterranean-inspired, and biophilic design directions dominating luxury interiors this year. Its surface texture catches light in the morning and holds shadow in the evening in a way that no painted wall surface can replicate. The accessible version, large format porcelain panels in a travertine or marble effect, installed as a half-height partition to counter level, create the stone divider look at a fraction of the cost of genuine stone. Half-height preserves the open sight line above, while the stone surface below creates a clear physical and visual boundary between zones. Materials for a standard room width: $400 to $800 installed. Here it is, the final trend, the most unexpected and most affordable divider on this entire list, and the one that might produce the most beautiful result of anything we have covered today. The plant shelf divider, a simple floating shelf, or a series of 3 floating shelves at ascending heights, mounted between 2 rooms at the transition point between zones. On each shelf, plants, trailing plants that hang over the shelf edges and grow downward, upright plants that grow above the shelf surface and fill the space between shelves, botanical objects, terracotta pots, ceramic vessels, woven baskets holding soil that create texture and warmth at every level. Introducing a room divider can help to define a specific zone in your space, making it feel cozy and purposeful. Focus on creating a balance between flair and function. The plant shelf divider achieves that balance completely. It is functional, creating a clear visual boundary between zones that every person in the room registers immediately. It is beautiful, a living, growing, changing composition that improves with every passing week as the plants establish and fill their spaces. It is organic, connecting the interior to the natural world in the way that biophilic design research consistently identifies as the most powerful positive influence on well-being available to any interior space. And it is affordable. 3 floating shelves run $30 to $60 in materials, 5 plants run $40 to $80, and the vessels that hold them run $20 to $50. Total investment for the most extraordinary room divider you have never considered: $90 to $190. That is the plant shelf divider, growing, breathing, and changing between your living room and the space beside it. Never the same twice. Always exactly right. The most unexpected divider of 2026, and possibly the most beautiful thing in the room. So there they are, the most beautiful living room divider trends of 2026. The rotating wood slat panel that reconfigures your room in seconds. The steel and glass grid that divides space without stealing light. The floor-to-ceiling bookcase that stores a library and displays art on both sides simultaneously. The living plant wall that improves air quality in both rooms it separates. The CNC Laser-Cut Metal Screen that projects moving shadows across your floor all day. The curtain divider in heavyweight linen or deep velvet that creates 2 worlds with a single motion. The Rattan screen that brings warmth and organic texture at the most accessible price point. The TV Unit Partition that faces the living room and the dining room simultaneously. The travertine stone panel that makes dividing a room feel like upgrading it. And a plant shelf divider, 3 shelves, 5 plants, under $190, that grows more beautiful every single week. The room divider trend is worth getting excited about. With the right approach, a statement room divider creates a balance between flair and function that elevates the entire home. Flair and function, beauty and purpose, a room that is more defined, more intentional, more considered, and more beautiful on both sides of the thing that divides it. That is what the best room dividers of 2026 deliver. And now you know exactly which one belongs in your home. If this video gave you an idea you cannot stop thinking about, smash that like button right now. It genuinely helps more people find this channel. Subscribe for extraordinary home design reveals, trend guides, and room-by-room inspiration every single week. And drop a comment below. Which divider from today's list are you putting in your home first? The wood slat panel? The glass grid? The curtain divider? The bookcase? Or going straight to build a plant shelf this weekend? I read every single one. See you in the next room.